it's important that Drake get to their shooters.
It should be a three-point frenzy tonight as Drake takes on Indiana State. You're watching Drake basketball.
They listened to my questions.
They solved my medication problem.
They helped me take charge of my own health care.
I don't know what I'd do without my Medicap pharmacist.
They treat me like a person.
Not a number.
They make my nasty medicine taste better.
At Medicap, they make time to listen.
And to answer my health care questions.
Filling prescriptions with care, it's what they do.
Caring about my health is what they're all about.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating. Pfizer Lumber offers everything you need. Pfizer Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
Pfizer Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
You looked forward to the mailman before Christmas because he brought you good tidings and great joy with all those Christmas cards. But now you can only look forward to bill after bill after bill after bill.
If your bills are up and your cash flow's down, don't you get down. Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines, a free confidential service that will help you keep the collectors away and look forward to the mailman each day.
Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Drake basketball is brought to you by Pfizer Lumber, serving Iowa builders since 1953. Community Choice Credit Union, banking on improving your lifestyle. Consumer Credit of Des Moines, let us help you get on the road to freedom from debt problems. Phil Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet, your complete downtown auto dealer. Lakeside Casino, experience the excitement. Medicap Pharmacies will always make time for you. Pinkies, we keep one leg up on the competition. Prairie Meadows Racetrack and Casino, your favorite place to play. Regency Homes, building the new American dream. And Mediacom, your digital world now. We're back here at the Knapp Center. It's time now to take a look at tonight's starting lineups as the Bulldogs and Sycamores go at it, both right now at 4 and 6 in Missouri Valley Conference play. Starting lineups brought to you by Lakeside Casino. Drake going with their same starting fives they have the last two games. Bancroft, Powell, Eggers, Randolph, and Brooks. Now for Indiana State, it'll be Donish, Green, Howard, Gray, and Schnitker getting his 5th start of the season here tonight. Starting lineups brought to you by Lakeside Casino. Time now for your Regency Homes keys to the game. Ron, what do you got for Indiana State?
Well, BJ, points on the board, very important. Indiana State has only scored 42 points per game the last 3 outings, so it's very important to get some points on the board early and handle pressure. Drake is averaging 11 steals and forcing nearly 22 turnovers per contest.
Now for the Drake Bulldogs.
For Drake, a complete basketball game. Seems like last few games here, they're playing a bad first half. They come back and really get in the game the second half. So they really need to put 40 minutes together if they can tonight, and also contest those shots. Important that they get good defensive pressure on the three-point shooters for Indiana State, as they are shooting 38% for the three-point range for the year.
As we take a look at the series now, Indiana State leads the overall series at 31-24. Drake has won the last 3 games here at the Knapp Center. You might remember earlier, in fact, it was just a couple of weeks ago that the Sycamores knocked off Drake by a score of 80-70 in Terre Haute. So we're getting you set for Bulldog basketball here on Mediacom Connections Channel 22. Drake, very important game for them tonight, playing their next 4 of 5 on the road. It'll be Cottrell Green and David Bancroft to jump it up in the middle. The Bulldogs control the opening tip. Randolph to the inside to Eggers, and he'll hit the left-hand one-timer, and the Bulldogs get off to the quick start.
Well, BJ, a good early start is certainly surrounded by good shot selection. That's really a key.
Another steal by Randolph and a finish by Josh Powell, and the Bulldogs have come out with some might, jumping out to this 4-0 lead. Finally, the Sycamores break the pressure. Howard has it knocked away from behind, and Indiana State will play it in underneath their own hoop.
And even though Drake didn't get the steal that time, again, Robinson following up there. Sean Brooks, excuse me, and getting the tip out of bounds.
Royce Waltman, you just saw a moment ago, coaching Indiana State in his 7th season with the Sycamores. Howard with it. He'll go inside. He'll find his big guy. Missing the hoop was Danish, but his putback is there. Amani Danish.
That's a guy we alluded to in the pregame here. Certainly a guy that's got to do the job inside for the Sycamores.
So it's a 2-point ball game. What about that game earlier this year, though? Indiana State scored 50 points in the second half and are out to that victory. They haven't hit the 50-point mark in their last 3 games.
No, that's right. They certainly have not been hitting on all cylinders. Certainly not having David Moss around. Moss had 21 against Drake, 14 of those in the second half in their first go-around a few weeks ago.
Lonnie Randolph finds Eggers from the corner. Sycamore's doing a nice job getting to that defensive board, too, early on. Here's a 3 by Schnitker. Randolph skied to get the rebound there, and he'll bring it ahead. A steal by Marcus Howard. 1-on-1 to the hoop. And we're tied at 4.
Nice job by Howard. He overplayed that passing lane that time, gets the steal, and the easy 2 points at the other end.
Bulldogs being very patient now. Here's Eggers with another 3. He'll get it to fall.
Nice soft touch that time by Pete Eggers. Had just enough spin, the right angle to get that thing to hang on top of the rim and drop through for him.
Indiana State showing some signs of being harassed early by that pressure that the Bulldogs put on. Here's a 3 by Howard. Nothing but air. And he hears it from the dog pound. Down to the other end, here's a little jumper by Brooks. Drake will hold on to it.
Josh Powell had time trying to get to the offensive glass. Drake's did a nice job this year, really, on their offensive rebounding.
I don't know if Tom Davis, he's applauding there, and I think he's maybe applauding because he's pretty happy because 2 guys who just checked back into the lineup, Joshua Robinson and Quantel Murphy. Here's Robinson, lost the ball on the floor. And it's tied up, and Indiana State will get it on the possession arrow. Well, this is the 15th different lineup in 19 games for the Indiana State Sycamores, so they've had a tough time trying to find that right combination.
That's right, just clearly looking to shuffle things around, trying to find that chemistry that will work for them.
Green had the pass go off of the foot of his Drake defender that was standing in front of him. So a fresh 35-second shot clock here for the Sycamores. Cottrell Green will be the inbound person. Indiana State being patient against this 2-3 zone. Here's Green. Rebound going to be fought for, and it will belong to Indiana State.
Drake's around with the ball that time. He had all 5 white shirts pretty close to the basketball.
Check this out, Ron. Drake getting out to that fast start. Something that we haven't seen out of the Bulldogs in a while now.
That's right. They've done it a few times earlier in the season, but they certainly play much better if they can get some confidence going early.
A near steal by Randolph, and he finally comes up with it. Here's a 3 by Korver.
That's a guy that can shoot lights out if he gets hot early. So let's hope that Clayton Korver really is feeling it here tonight. Another steal by Drake.
And the finish by Brooks. And now a timeout by Indiana State. So the Bulldogs, just like that, go on an 8-0 run to take a 12-4 lead here at the Knapp Center, and they've been doing with some pretty good defense.
That pressure is really starting to affect this ball game early. Again, getting some great shot selection and knocking them down.
Well, we hope that you're enjoying great basketball here on Mediacom. This production is part of our Mediacom Connections channel lineup of local sports, entertainment, and education. If you'd like to comment on this broadcast or offer any programming suggestions, please call 515-246-2207 or email us at catch_22@mchsi.com. Here's a look at Quantel Murphy.
Well, it looks early on that Robinson and Murphy are moving just fine thus far. Hopefully they can continue that. They practiced a little bit yesterday, so hopefully Nick Grant also will get some time in tonight and see how he's moving.
Back just cleared practice just the other day. Indiana State almost turned it over. Three-point shooting so far. Drake lights out. Indiana State with the ball down by 8. How about the 12 points that Drake has put up right now? This is the most points that they've scored in the first 4 minutes of the last 2 home games. So really some good point production here early.
Well, it is amazing, BJ. This game obviously is very physical as a sport, but certainly it's a lot of mental things in this basketball game as well. You shoot well. All phases of your game seem to get better.
Marcus Howard looks a little gunshot. That's the second air ball that he's offered up tonight. That one was close in. Wilford Antone finds Howard. To the inside to Donish.
Nice job by Quantel Murphy, holding his ground, drawing the charge.
There is the charge, and Murphy might have taken a shot to the face, too, on that drive in. Take a look at it again. Elbows were up just a little bit there.
Doesn't show up in the box score, but obviously Coach Tom Davis applauds that each time. He teaches that, I'm sure, every day in practice, just things you give up your body for the good of the team. So that's the kind of enthusiastic play you like to see.
Nick Grant into the lineup. He's got the ball right now. Here's Robinson. Draw a hand check on his way to the hoop.
That's a good indicator. He can put the ball on the floor and go very hard to the basket. He was not hesitant at all. It's a great sign.
So the Bulldogs still on this 8-0 run. They lead it here early at the Knapp Center.
I've got a great job at a bank here in town. The pay is great. The benefits are fabulous. But I bank at Community Choice Credit Union. Why? Because they have great products and the best rates, at least better than the bank where I work.
Check out Community Choice Credit Union's 3.9% APR auto loans. That's 3.9% APR auto loans for up to 60 months on all 2001 or newer vehicles. Right products, right rates, right now. Community Choice Credit Union, banking on improving your lifestyle.
There are 120 million baby boomers in the U.S. Someone turns 50 every 7 seconds. Pinky's is more than just a bachelorette party store. Pinky's has everything for the young boomer in your life, and that's a fact. It's loaded with over-the-hill gag gifts, everything you want for the 30, 40, 50, even 60-year-old boomer. Pinky's is one-of-a-kind store with things you can't get anywhere else.
One leg up on the competition. Pinky's.
Come on out and experience the excitement at Lakeside Casino Resort. Hi, this is Kevin Preston, General Manager for Lakeside Casino Resort. On Friday, February 27th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to heat up the Lakeside Convention Center with #1 country music artist, Trace Adkins. He's on tour promoting his new album, Coming On Strong, and he's making a stop for one big show at Lakeside. Tickets start at just $26. Lakeside Casino Resort, just a half hour south of West Des Moines, I-35, exit 34, Osceola. Experience the excitement.
The Drake Bulldogs are getting a lot of production here, and a lot of it created by the turnover. Drake has forced a few turnovers already in this game, Ron, and as a matter of fact, they're shooting 71% from the field, which is outstanding here early. And Indiana State has really been their own nemesis here because Drake's been able to convert those turnovers into points.
That's for sure. Drake 7 points off turnovers, just 2 for Indiana State. Drake doing a great job. 5 out of 7 from the field, including 2 out of 3 from three-point range. Doing a nice job. 28% is all from the field. 2 out of 7 for the Sycamores.
Bulldogs back to work. Sycamores stick with the man-to-man defense. Bancroft squared up for a second. Now we're inside of 10. Eggers will attack, finds Bancroft, and he'll slam it home.
That's that versatility we saw out of Pete Eggers, highlighted player before the game. He's got 5 points. 6 points in his last game, and he's already got 5 thus far.
Bulldogs open up their largest lead. Here's a 3 on the other end. Schnitker can't get it to fall. Bancroft will clear it out. Brooks will play it over to Eggers. A little bit of a different lineup on the floor. Drake probably among their tallest players out there on the court now with Paul, along with Bancroft, Eggers on that front line. Here's Brooks with 8 on the shot clock.
Indiana State not really at this point denying every single pass on the perimeter, so Drake is really able to pass that ball around and really look for some great shots, and they've certainly got a lot of good ones thus far.
Grant will way high with 5 on the shot clock. Here's Powell to work. Brooks with a long 3. Rebound to Drake. It comes to Eggers. And he'll be tied up. Drake will hold on to the possession here. Check out this hustle here as everybody goes to the court, Ron.
Good hustle. Drake's always done a good job of hustling for the basketball, trying to get that pulled away and get the jump ball, but Drake gets the bucket.
Sean Brooks got the easy bucket. Grant with the steal. Almost converted the basket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nick Grant. That athleticism he can provide you is pretty awesome.
It really is. Again, from first time I saw Nick play, you could just tell he just had something about him. He's a strong freshman, takes it to the hole, and he's got great body control when he gets in there.
Right now, 3rd in the Missouri Valley Conference in steals. Was before that shot hitting right at 59% from the foul line.
Well, I'm sure that's something Nick's going to be working on. He's really a much better shooter, I think, than that. But he's just something he's got to concentrate on a little bit more, but certainly a very capable shooter.
And he'll get the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. You know, this is the first time in quite a while, too, that everyone has been healthy for Drake, or at least has suited up to play in this game.
Yeah, that's right. Nice to have everybody back here that can contribute. Drake goes very deep, obviously, on the bench, rotating guys in to do the defensive pressure and all that type of thing, and everybody contributes. It gets in there, so it's nice to have a full complement of players tonight.
Schnitker will finally get it into Wilfred Antoine, and he's going to be forced to burn a timeout here. A good pressure on the inbounds by the Bulldogs. Again, Indiana State has turned it over quite a few times, but you really can't force the issue too much. And I think Royce Waltman, the head coach, as you see here for Indiana State, probably thinking that, well, he knows he's running into a loaded gun here at the Knapp Center tonight with Drake being healthy for the first time in quite a while and his team suffering through some injuries, some suspensions, and well, some guys just not even with the team anymore.
Well, that's right, BJ. And Drake does a nice job of teaching their players when they trap, they lock their legs kind of together. They don't give a arrow area where the guy can just force his way through, and they don't foul the guy. They just get him in trouble and make the mistake and turn it over or call a timeout like they were forced to do that time.
So Indiana State will try to do it again. Foul right in the face of Schnitker. Almost a steal by Grant. This could be a theme for the rest of the night here, Ron. Get that ball inbounded.
Well, most teams seem to set their season high in turnovers when they play the Bulldogs, so that's a great job that Drake's done all year defensively.
Antoine really battling to get the ball free. Drake shooting 70% still from the field, and almost another turnover. Indiana State struggling just right at 25%. And, yep, that says it all right there. Royce Waltman, head coach for Indiana State, with his club down early. But there's Schnitker on the inbounds pass.
Well, points on the board, as we said, BJ, before the game, that's going to be a big key, and just 6 thus far. Just a couple minutes over half of this first half left.
Drake returns a favor. Lead pass to Bancroft, a little bit too much on it. As you check it out here, it's kind of tough to catch up with on the post.
Absolutely.
Drake with more substitutions into the game as Coach Tom Davis going to his bench, but last 2 games, 28 steals and forced 56 turnovers for the Bulldogs. Drake playing well at home, and especially defensively at home here. It seems like they usually crank it up a notch or two. Credit that to this fabulous crowd that usually comes out here to the Knapp Center. Here's Schnitker, an air ball. And a travel against Indiana State.
Good pressure that time on the shooter. Another key to the game. And Indiana State, another air ball. Just can't seem to find the mark here early on.
Royce Waltman was really concerned about that too, heading into the contest, because Indiana State has been a team where he said his players knew their roles. And with David Moss again out of the lineup, they've got to redevelop those roles, and that's tough to do when we're in February.
It really is. David Moss, again, you're really go-to person that you know when you need a bucket, a guy that's going to really carry you on their shoulders offensively, and it's tough to find some people to step up and take that role.
Lined it up inside of 5 on the shot clock. Korver with a long 3. It's a shot that his brother Kyle would have taken the other night for the 76ers. Maybe, just maybe, a little bit too deep on the shot that time by Korver. Sycamores to the inside. Back out, Schnitker. Racket. Bulldogs see their lead trimmed down now. Go inside Robinson. Gets a friendly break from the window that time. As went high off the glass. Now we've got an official's timeout. Of course, Waltman not happy about something. What do you think it could be, Ron?
I'm not sure what the issue is there on the bench. Josh went in there strong, but certainly wasn't any kind of a charge activity at all that I saw. I'm not sure what his displeasure is. Great to see Josh take it to the hole like that. As we look at the turnovers there, Indiana State 6, Drake 4.
10-point lead for the Bulldogs right now. Indiana State trying to get it in here. Find the open man. Here's Eric Gray. Dribble it off of the foot of a Bulldog. Tom Davis did not like the call. Check it out here. I don't think it went off anybody's foot in white.
Looks like he's got reason to be unhappy with that one. Also remember, Josh Robinson did not play the first go-around against Indiana State.
One of those 5 games he's missed, and what a difference it is when he's in the lineup or not. Here's a good 3 by Eric Gray.
Josh brings a lot of things to the floor. Drake averages 14, 15 points at least a game more when he is in the lineup.
Gray is all over the place. Just got the steal from Robinson. Here's a 3 ball by Antoine. Can't get it. Drake with an ear steal, and Indiana State will hold on to it. So the Drake Bulldogs are still up by 7. You're watching Drake basketball here on Mediacom Connections, Channel 22.
"50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating, Pfizer Lumber offers everything you need. Pfizer Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
Pfizer Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
When this cold weather's got you shaking and the forecast brings bad news, come out to Prairie Meadows and play cabin fever blues. Oh, if you need a vacation, baby, and the wind chill and snow have got you down, got you real down. Woo! Then take a trip to Prairie Meadows. Pack your bags, get out of town.
They listened to my questions.
They solved my medication problems.
They help me take charge of my own health care.
I don't know what I'd do without my Medicap pharmacist.
They treat me like a person.
Not a number.
They make my nasty medicine taste better.
At Medicap, they make time to listen.
And to answer my health care questions.
Filling prescriptions with care, it's what they do.
Caring about my health is what they're all about.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Indiana State starting to muscle their way back into this contest. They're on an 8-2 run. They've pulled within 7 after being down by as many as 10 in this game. And Ron, they've been able to do that with some pretty good three-point shooting from the outside.
That's right. They've knocked a couple down. They're now 2 out of 6 thus far. There again, that 8-2 run the last couple minutes. Drake just needs to continue to keep that pressure on defensively and get good shots at the other end. Go to the board.
Cottrell Green will get it inbounded for the Sycamores. Indiana State trying to stretch out the Bulldogs right now. Antoine looks to work. Here's Gray. Another long shot by Gray. Got ourselves a ball game again. It's lead down to 4.
BJ, they shoot nearly as well from the three-point range as they do overall on their field goal percentage. 38 from three-point range and just a hair over 40% from the field overall. So percentage-wise, you got some pretty decent odds there if you can knock down nearly 40% of your threes.
10 to go on the shot clock. Drake again being patient. Now down to 5. Here's Randolph. I don't think he realizes the clock. Powell's going to have to fire it up. He does at the horn. Not the shot that the Bulldogs wanted. Sycamores come out running. Howard goes to the inside and throws it away. Here's Robinson. Got it. Wow. Barely. He thought about stuffing that one over on.
Great hands by Joss, number 1, just to even catch that as we see another forced turnover. But he took off from nearly the free throw line, didn't have near the time to get that dunk down, but nice job of controlling the ball and still getting the 2.
See it here. Sycamores ranked 3rd in the Missouri Valley Conference, shooting right at 38% on the year. You know, it's been a tough night so far for Marcus Howard. Well, you see tonight here, three-point shooting, 33% so far by Indiana State, 40% by the Bulldogs. Marcus Howard, though, just turned it over the last couple of trips down the floor. Crowds kind of picked him out already as their designated hecky, if you will, or heckler.
That's right.
He's been heckled a lot already. We'll see how that might play a factor in this one. Here's Bancroft. Powell with the board.
Indiana State trying to push that ball up the floor as best they can when Drake drops back a little bit on defense and lets that pressure off.
6-point game. Sycamores just starting to warm up. Schnitker with the pump fake. Is that one to fall? Schnitker getting it going. Down on the other end, here's Eggers. Follow up by Bancroft.
Nice job by Dave. 6'9", goes to the hole, gets offensive board.
Here's Grant. Brooks kept it alive. Grant will penetrate, and he'll flush it home.
Indiana State, no help defense at all as Nick Grant takes it all the way down the lane for the easy 2.
Foul by the Bulldogs. That's going to be their first of the game. Take a look at this again. Just a little bit too much by Grant. Might have hesitated for a moment. That's what cost him. Indiana State with 9 turnovers already. Another steal by the Bulldogs, but it's kicked away. Now the officials confer.
Gotta love that hustle. Nick Grant knocks it away, dives on the floor for the ball. That's certainly contagious to see your teammates doing that. It really just makes everybody want to pick it up a notch.
Indiana State will hold on to it, down by 8. Could be a breakaway here, 3-on-1. Green.
Nice body control that time by Green. Quantel Murphy trying his best to draw the charge. Didn't quite get the contact there to get it.
And a reach-in foul called against Wilfred Antone. Take a look at this as Grant trying to drive in, and Indiana State, I think the philosophy here tonight, Ron, might be to collapse when Drake penetrates.
Well, one thing Nick wants to do a little different there, you drive down into the corner, and he picked up his dribble right away, and that's one thing you don't want to do. That really allows an easy trap for the opponent.
Drake gives it right back, and both coaches kind of scratching their heads here for the moment. Each team gives the other one a turnover, and Indiana State gives it right back. The holiday season I thought was over, but
they're just really struggling getting that ball in bounds, aren't they?
Seeing some gifts right now. Maybe that return policy pretty good. Here's Randolph. Lonnie again. And again. This time he draws the foul.
Lonnie looking to pad those rebound stats tonight. Picks up 2 or 3 quick boards there.
Take a look at this. Randolph with the hustle. Misses it once. Gets his own board. Again. Okay, how about again? Randolph to the line. Not a huge surprise on the season. Leads the team in getting there. Averaging just over 5 attempts per game.
Both of you guys make sure
Leading the Missouri Valley Conference in steals. Nearly 3 steals a game. We haven't seen numbers like that in quite a while in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Just tremendous quickness, got great hands, great feet. You don't want to put the ball down on the floor if you're a big guy with Lonnie Randolph around you, because it's going to be gone.
Sycamores do break the pressure. Evans lost it. There's Drake on the other end. Brooks. Corver with the push shot. And a rebound, and then the elbow, a charge called against Darren Evans. With a 6'7" sophomore from Chicago. Wanted to rearrange the face of a Bulldog. As you take a look at it here. Right here, and then it's... Wow.
That's a little too obvious, isn't it?
Did you ever take an elbow like that back when you were playing?
No. I wouldn't be here if I did.
Just tried to avoid them, huh?
Exactly. I was below the radar in those 6'8" guys.
Bulldogs trying to extend the lead even further now. Indiana State now with 12 turnovers. Here's Brooks. A block, and it was knocked right off of a Bulldog out of bounds.
Nice penetration again by Brooks that time. Credit good defense that time by Indiana State to not get the foul and get the block.
You know, we were talking, even before the game started, Ron, and we were saying that Drake knows that this is a pretty important game, a must-win, if you will. They come out pretty loose. There's a shot by Donish, can't get it to fall, and the Bulldogs come up with the ball.
I think a little bit just the confidence. You know, you got the 3 guys that have been, hurt. They're going to be able to play tonight. Just kind of makes it a more fun atmosphere. Get you a little bit loose. Everybody's going to have a chance to contribute.
Well, Corver just took the tough foul there for the Bulldogs. Now he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Again, Drake really needs to get this one at home. They go on the road, as you may have mentioned earlier, for their next 5. So very important they get a W here tonight.
Darren Evans just picked up his 3rd foul for Indiana State. He might be in the range of more fouls than minutes played here. Corver, a very good free throw shooter. Extends the lead back up to 10. Now he'll get the 3rd free throw here on the season. Averaging nearly 7 points a game. Not bad for the freshman from Pella.
No, doing a really nice job. He's really learning. He comes out every night, plays very hard, very fundamentally sound kid. I think he's going to have a terrific career here at Drake.
So Corver hits all 3 of his free throws, and the Bulldogs extend their lead to 11. You're watching Drake basketball.
I've got a great job at a bank here in town. The pay is great. The benefits are fabulous. But I bank at Community Choice Credit Union. Why? Because they have great products and the best rates, at least better than the bank where I work.
Check out Community Choice Credit Union's 3.9% APR auto loans. That's 3.9% APR auto loans for up to 60 months on all 2001 or newer vehicles. Right products, right rates, right now. Community Choice Credit Union, banking on improving your lifestyle.
Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet has only one thing to say. Their ad is our ad. Crescent Chevrolet's been doing business in downtown Des Moines since 1931. Our indoor showroom gets you out of the elements where you can see over 80 vehicles in stock inside. Crescent Chevrolet is easy to find and easy to do business with on Ingersoll Avenue. I'm Jim Jensen from Crescent Chevrolet, and we'll beat any new Chevy ad anywhere in the country by $100. It's that simple. Their ad is our ad at Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet, 17th and Ingersoll.
Regency. At Regency Homes, it's about building smarter. It's about building healthier, environmentally friendly homes. It's about building homes that are safe, secure, and energy efficient. It's about smarter financing. Regency. Building smarter. When you add it up, it's about getting a lot more home for your money. It's about building the new American dream. Regency Home. It's about building smarter. Ask your realtor.
It's been nothing but fun here for the Drake Bulldogs. As you can see, the Bulldogs have a 11-point lead over Indiana State, and Drake has really had a good time, and they've been doing it well as of late, going on this little run here.
That's right. In the last minute 56, 9-0 run by Drake, doing a nice job on the boards. They've got 7 offensive rebounds already and have forced 12 turnovers by Indiana State.
See Indiana State what they feel like tonight, going up the floor against this pressure.
Take a look at that domination inside. Drake 21-8. Indiana State. Indiana State's 12 turnovers. They had 15 in the entire first game when they played Drake. So Drake doing a great job of their pressure defense.
And a foul called against Drake. Donish almost double dribbled. And the Bulldogs are going to be called for the shove. As you take a look at it here, Donish was just trying to stay away from it. But they're actually going to call a foul rather on Donish. I think initially the official signaled that it was against Drake, but Bulldogs will get it back. That is the 8th team foul against Indiana State and a travel against the Bulldogs. So Nick Grant inventing a new move out there. Things are starting to tighten up a little bit. Foul against Drake, against Nick Grant. That'll be 3rd team foul against the Bulldogs. Indiana State will work it ahead. Jared Adler into the contest now for Indiana State. Here's a 3. Drake will outlet it ahead. Here's Robinson. And you're going to get a foul called against the Bulldogs as Bancroft went up over the back.
Did going to the board for the rebound. You can't fault all those. You're going to get a couple of those when you're aggressively going to it.
See the team fouls here, 8 by Indiana State, just 4 for Drake. Sycamores go inside. Now back out a 3. Schnitker can't get it to fall.
Those aren't falling. It can normally be a long night. Again, Indiana State here not taking it to the basket at all. Have not shot a free throw yet. Drake has knocked down 6 out of 7.
Indiana State has really avoided the inside, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. Again, if they're any open look at all, they're going to try to put that thing up. Just don't have much of an inside presence really to go to. With David Moss, again, a versatile player, not here.
Shot clock winding down. Here's Randolph. Bancroft with a long J. Count it. Bancroft showing some range there.
That's right, Dave. If he can get time to get that set, he's got a nice touch from outside there.
Largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs at 13. Here's Schnitker. A little teardrop there. Baby went in the lane.
6 minutes to go in the half. That was the first field goal since the 9:42 mark for Indiana State.
So we have a foul, and believe Nick Grant will be going to the line. As Nick tries to work his way to the hoop, draws some contact. Walking a little gingerly right now as he toes the line. Right now, 1 of 3 from the foul line. On the season, the freshman from Annandale, Virginia, averaging just over 7 a game.
Nice, we could get Nick up in the 70-75% range. I think he's got the potential from the from the free throw line, because next few years he's going to be at that stripe a lot because he can really take it hard to the rack.
Here's Schnitker. Antoine with a shot wild, gets his own board. Indiana State resets. Here's a 3. Powell will clear it for the Bulldogs. Here's Brooks at the point. Randolph for 3. He'll go to the line to shoot 3 instead, as Schnitker with a hard foul on the perimeter. Indiana State just a step late here tonight. Free throws, you can see, Drake has been to the line 9 times already tonight. Lonnie Randolph starting to make his annual trip there already.
It's so important, BJ. You've got an inside-outside type of game plan, because you live and die by that three-point shot, and on certain nights you might be able to knock some pretty good teams off, but consistently it's just not going to happen. You've got to be able to get to the free throw line. Also, you take it into the hole, you're going to draw some fouls, obviously, on the other team. You got to get some of the other team's players into foul trouble.
Randolph to shoot the final free throw here. And the Bulldogs extend their lead now to 14. To the open man in the front court. Here's Antoine. Schnitker with the follow-up. Corver tied up. And Indiana State will hold on to the ball. And Tom Davis did not like the call. Thought that Corver might have been held. Indiana State gets it in. Here's Eric Gray. He'll fire a long one. Murphy skies for the Bulldogs. Here comes Drake. Randolph for 3. Antoine will push it ahead. And Howard will throw it away again.
I'm not sure what he saw on that pass that time. Just kind of panicked. It looked like he just threw it as hard as he could towards the Indiana State player, right out of bounds. Again, nothing inside for the Sycamores.
Been a couple of those tonight by Howard. A couple of youngsters here having a good time. Bulldogs with the largest lead of 14 right now. Indiana State has turned it over 14 times so far here in the first half. Eggers thought about going inside. Murphy called for the travel. So Drake will turn it over for the 10th time tonight.
Quantel just taking that extra quick little step before the ball is actually on the hardwood. Needs to make sure he puts that ball down before he makes that step.
Not even halfway, or not even to the halfway point in this game. Indiana State with 14 turnovers already. We showed you earlier that the Bulldogs have forced Wichita State and Brattle into 20 a game. So could we hit 30 tonight maybe for Indiana State?
Might be.
Here's Schnitker. Antoine with a long jumper. And here comes Lonnie to Murphy.
Great recognition by Lonnie. Nice job by Quantel filling the lane, and they know if they're open, Lonnie will get it to him for the easy 2 points. Great job.
Gray with the right hand. Eggers gets the board. Here's Lonnie again. Circus shot, can't get it to fall on Lonnie. A little sore to get up, as you can see. Might be feeling the pain of that one as you check this out.
Looks like he got kicked in the stomach on the way down. Unintentional.
So that'll bring us to a timeout now. Bulldogs with a 16-point lead on Indiana State. We'll tune into the Larry Kotler Show each week for the insight into the world of sports and entertainment. And it's right here on Mediacom Connections, Channel 22. Join Larry this Friday night at 6:30 and Sunday at 4 as he features highlights from the recent first pitch luncheon of the Iowa Cubs Fan Fest weekend. It's the Larry Kotler Show, only on Mediacom Connections, Channel 22.
Indiana State just won out of their last 11 shots. Drake really doing the job. Points off turnovers, 18 for Drake, 2 for Indiana State. Points in the paint, 24 for the Dogs and just 10 for the Sycamores.
Those points off those turnovers, Drake with 18. Indiana State only able to get 2. Not even a field goal, not even a kick. Because the guy who we're going to be talking with at the halftime, it's a bad segue, I know, but at the half we're going to be talking with Drake legend already, Billy Cundiff.
Yeah, tremendous job, Billy Cundiff. What a great thing he's doing down the Dallas Cowboys, and tremendous to have him back in town and have a chance to honor him tonight.
Bulldogs getting some last-minute advice as they look to finish out the first half and stuff. We mentioned that Drake plays their next 4 of 5 on the road, so obviously this one very important. And Indiana State entering this one tonight was on a 3-game slide, their longest of the season. They had lost to Southern Illinois, Creighton, SMS, now playing a very determined Drake team. Not a good part of the schedule there for the Sycamores.
No, that's right. Again, this possibly could be number 4 tonight. They're really on a slide, and again, without their leading scorer, David Moss, it looks like a tough road for them.
But here's the deal, though. In the game that Indiana State won against Drake back in Terre Haute, 4 players finished in double figures for Indiana State. Just going through the stats before the game, it just seemed like everyone had a career night that night.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody really stepped it up that night, did a great job. They shot, I believe, 72% that second half from the field, but certainly not something that's going to happen all that often where they're all clicking on the right cylinders every night.
Scrum for the ball, and it's lost out of bounds. Indiana State will have it back with a fresh 35. Each team still going, or getting after it, Ron.
Keep scrambling. Just got to love this Bulldog team for their hustle.
Indiana State trying to get something going here positive.
It's already the 7th time that Lonnie Randolph has had 6 or more assists in a ball game. He's having a great first half.
Antoine looks to work with it. Here's Gray. He'll fire one up. Rebound to Adler. Can't get the right-hander to go. Gray with the board. And the putback.
Indiana State finally gets a bucket fall in the paint.
Drake riding the big lead now, being very patient with the ball. Sycamores stick with the man-to-man. And a foul away from the ball called against Drake. Bancroft picked up the foul.
Team foul number 6 on the Bulldogs.
Snicker will try to get it inbounded. Almost a 5 count. Adler now caught up in traffic. And the Bulldogs do get the turnover. Brooks sticking with it and staying after it.
Great intensity. They just really do a great job of team defense in that full court press.
Eggers to the inside. Brooks backing in.
It started out as a height advantage for Brooks, turned quickly into a height disadvantage.
Here's a long jumper, and it's hit by Russell Trudeau, the 6'4" freshman out of Lafayette, Indiana. And now a timeout taken by Drake. So The Bulldogs see their lead trimmed down to 11 now at 37-26. 2:05 remaining here in the first half. Indiana State, they've been firing a lot of threes here, Ron, and as long as they continue to fire them, they're still going to have an opportunity in this one.
Well, that's right. They're 4 out of 13 right now, but again, they're going to continue to try to look for those basket attempts. Knocks that one down. They're 37% nearly from the field, 11 out of 30 thus far. The Bulldogs 13 out of 28 for 46% from the field, but again, Drake 9 out of 12 from the free throw line, and Indiana State again yet to shoot one.
Pretty smart play here by the Bulldogs. This big lead. Why rush?
A couple times out of timeouts in previous games, they've had that lob play, and sometimes it's worked, but more often now we haven't seen it connect. So good patience out of Drake to go for the real high percentage shot here.
Get it inside of 10 on the shot clock. Here's Bancroft. A little short on that jumper. Antoine splits the double team, but took an extra step. So another turnover by Indiana State.
Number 16 on the half, as Drake causes more havoc on the defensive end for Indiana State.
Drake also going to their bench. Powell will get some coaching. Here's Grant. And a quadruple team fired it a little bit short. Indiana State really collapsed on the drive to the hoop that time by Grant. There's Schnitker. Adler with the board. And then lost it. Out of bounds.
Nice hustle that time out. Adler came down with it, but fell to the ground looking for a Sycamore to throw it to, but couldn't find him. Throws it out of bounds. Another turnover.
Inside of a minute remaining in the first half. Here's Grant to Brooks. Korver for three. And Schnitker ahead all alone. Is it going to be showtime? Little layup. Wanted to make sure Indiana State wants to get every point they can in this first half. See if Drake will hold for one here. Shot clock is off. Bulldogs lead now down to 9. And Drake will back out to hold for one here. Sean Brooks at the point. Robinson with 4. And the putback at the horn, good by Murphy. So some excitement to finish the first half for the Drake Bulldogs as they take an 11-point lead into the locker room against Indiana State. So when we come back, we'll talk with Dallas Cowboy kicker, former Drake Bulldog, Billy Cundiff. He likes the play as well. You're watching Drake basketball.
You looked forward to the mailman before Christmas because he brought you good tidings and great joy with all those Christmas cards. But now you can only look forward to bill after bill after bill after bill.
If your bills are up and your cash flow's down, don't you get down. Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines, a free confidential service that will help you keep the collectors away and look forward to the mailman each day.
Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
I've always known what I wanted to do. My dad was a pharmacist.
I truly enjoy helping people.
I can't imagine a more rewarding profession.
Solving your medication problems makes my day.
At Medicap, we make time to listen and to answer your health care questions.
Filling prescriptions with care is what we do.
Caring about your health is what we're all about. I own my Medicap pharmacy.
I'm invested in the community. I plan on being here for a long time.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Come on out out and experience the excitement at Lakeside Casino Resort. Hi, this is Kevin Preston, General Manager for Lakeside Casino Resort. On Friday, February 27th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to heat up the Lakeside Convention Center with #1 country music artist Trace Adkins. He's on tour promoting his new album, Coming On Strong, and he's making a stop for one big show at Lakeside. Tickets start at just $26. Lakeside Casino Resort, just a half hour south of West Des Moines, I-35, exit 34, Osceola. Experience the excitement.
As we come back here at the halftime, the Bulldogs have an 11-point lead. We have to take a look at the replay here of the end of the first half, in which the officials want to take a look at that last second shot in which the Bulldogs thought they got a tip in by Quantrell Murphy. As we take a look at it here, we're into the final seconds here to see if Drake actually got this one to fall, Ron.
Take a look at this shot. Goes up. 4 seconds there. Off the front of the iron. Bulldogs going hard to the bucket. Brooks throws it up. We'll take a look here. Here comes Quantrell. Off the fingers with .2 still to go, looks like. Good bucket. Bulldogs will take that 39-28 lead into half. And now let's take a listen as BJ visits with Billy Cundiff, the Drake former player, now with the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back. You're watching Drake basketball here on MediaCom Connections Channel 22. This is BJ Shaven. We now do have the privilege of being joined by Drake alum, who's now with the Dallas Cowboys. Billy Cundiff now joining us. And Billy, second season with the Dallas Cowboys. How'd it go?
Well, the second season definitely was a lot better than the first. I had a lot more fun. I was able to respond a little bit better in pressure situations, and I think my stats show it. So I'm happy with my second season compared to my first.
Billy, kickers are very popular now in the NFL, with Adam Vinatieri kicking a game-winning field goal again for the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. You actually went through a pressure situation yourself. Talk about the swing, because the beginning of the year, I don't know if you were the most liked kicker in Dallas, but all of a sudden, after that game against the New York Giants, you became one of the most favored.
Well, you pinned it right on the head right there. As long as you make your kicks, you're everybody's favorite player. Kickers, get thrown into a lot of tough situations where maybe the conditions don't fall your way. I know Vinatieri playing in New England, he's got a lot of tough kicks has to make. I know in my game against New York Giants, it was 75,000 people playing Meadowlands, Monday Night Football, a little bit of rain. So things started to go, kind of against me, but I was able to respond. So as long as you go out there and do your job, shoot, you're everybody's favorite.
How was that to make those kicks, especially as we're seeing right now, to know that you set or tied an NFL record?
Well, it's not until about now when I start to talk to more people after in the off season, they start to say, hey, what do you think about this? I was watching it. We were so excited. At the time, I said, hey, if I don't do that, I might not have a job. So my perspective is a little bit different. I just had to do what I was supposed to do. I think it's something that I can show my kids and be proud of, and I can look back and say, you know what, I really did play in the NFL. Here's the footage. But probably until then, I just think I got to do my job, so I got to go out there and make it every time.
Well, here it is. Bill Parcells, probably not one of the most friendly coaches to be a kicker for. How was that being under his direction?
Well, he's actually really loyal to the guys that perform well for him. So right now, I feel like if I can go ahead and make a couple more game-winning kicks for him, he'll be hopefully a little more loyal and want to keep me around. He's very tough on everybody. He just has really high expectations. So if you go ahead and fulfill those expectations, then he's going to like you.
Well, it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are one of those teams that could be on the move for next year. Obviously, I know you want to be a big part of those plans. What's it going to be like next year once you guys hit training camp?
Well, I know I've got about 6 months of hard work ahead of me just to get there, to make sure I'm physically ready. And then when we get there, we're going to be in California this year, so it may be a little bit different. So he'll use probably the cool California weather as a reason to probably kick it up another notch. So it should be fun, and it's always fun because he's going to make sure that we're going to be ready to play. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to be part of that team because I think we're going to make a big splash, like I said.
Well, Billy, I know that you guys are going to have a kicking camp coming up soon with here at Drake University during the summer. And what is your approach when you step up to that ball?
Well, my approach is the same, whether it's an extra point or whether it's a game-tying field goal from 52 yards. I just make sure I keep my mind as clear as possible and just stay focused in on what I'm doing. And as long as I do the same thing every time, I feel like I'm going to be successful.
All right, is it locked in just yet when that kicking camp might be?
Yeah, it is. We're going to do it on June 26th here at Drake University, and it'll be an all-day camp. We'll start sometime around 8 in the morning and probably let them go home sometime around 5.
All right, before we let you go, though, what's the plans now for Billy Cundiff during the off-season before you start that preparation for next year?
Well, I've been getting married on March 20th to my fiancee Nicole. We've been together ever since I was at Drake. We met my junior year, so I've got to get that wedding taken care of, and I just got a lot of lifting and a lot of running before that and after it.
Well, Billy, we wish you a lot of luck. Have fun here at the Drake game tonight with Indiana State, a team that you got a chance to play a little bit against.
Yeah, I did, but again, remember that was a bench warmer, so I came off. You say a lot of points or a lot of minutes. It's about 5 minutes and no points, and I think 1 assist. So my stat line wasn't very impressive.
Well, Billy, good luck with the Cowboys next year.
Thank you so much.
That's Billy Cundiff joining us, Drake alum. You're watching Drake basketball here on Mediacom Connections Channel 22.
I've got a great job at a bank here in town. The pay is great, the benefits are fabulous, but I bank at Community Choice Credit Union. Why? Because they have great products and the best rates, at least better than the bank where I work.
Check out Community Choice Credit Union's 3.9% APR auto loans. That's 3.9% APR auto loans for up to 60 months on all 2001 or newer vehicles. Right products, right rates, right now. Community Choice Credit Union, banking on improving your lifestyle.
When this cold weather's got you shaking and the forecast brings bad news, come out to Prairie Meadows and play cabin fever blues. Oh, if you need a vacation, baby, and the wind chill and snow have got you down, got you real down. Then take a trip to Prairie Meadows, pack your bags, get out of town.
There are 120 million baby boomers in the U.S. Someone turns 50 every 7 seconds. Pinky's is more than just a bachelorette party store. Pinky's has everything for the young boomer in your life, and that's a fact. It's loaded with over-the-hill gag gifts, everything you want for the 30, 40, 50, even 60-year-old boomer. Pinky's is one-of-a-kind store with things you can't get anywhere else.
One leg up on the competition. Pinky's.
Welcome back. You're watching Drake basketball. Right now, the Bulldogs have an 11-point lead here at the half, and we now do have the privilege of talking with the newest member of the Drake Athletic Department. Joining us is Trish Seabaum. She is the Director of Special Events and Ticket Operations. And Trish, welcome to Drake University. What's it been like?
It's been awesome. I mean, people here have been so wonderful and welcoming. I haven't experienced that everywhere, but it's kind of like family. They welcome me into their family, and the boosters and the athletes and coaches have made me feel really welcome.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your time before Drake here. What'd you do?
Oh, I've been in college athletics for about a little over 4 years. I started at the University of Hawaii, which people wonder why I kind of left, but I did some of the marketing and development there, and I moved on back to my hometown of Colorado State University. In Fort Collins, again, doing some auctions and some development fundraisers for the athletes and for the scholarships, I guess you could say. Then from there, I moved on to Oklahoma State University, and that was my previous job before coming to Drake. I got to do all the marketing for men's sports and some of the ticket operations and group sales and such. And then I got the opportunity to come to Drake.
Well, Trish, these are exciting times now with Dr. Tom Davis here. With men's basketball, still a few home games left, including a very important date coming up on February the 14th against Creighton.
Yes, with only 4 home games left, tickets are going very quickly, especially for Creighton. As I was told last year, it was standing room only, so getting your tickets early is what we need you to do and come out. There still are tickets available. You can get those by coming to the ticket office or just giving us a call at 271-DOGS. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, as well as Northern Iowa. So.
Well, I understand too, Trish, that people can also pick up their tickets for the Missouri Valley Conference tournament coming up as well too, right?
Yes, both for men's and women's. The men are going to be going to St. Louis, and that's going to be an exciting tournament, March 5th through the 8th. We've got those tickets that are $80, and then the women are going to follow that, the 11th through the 13th in Springfield. So those tickets we also have available. They range from about $26 to $39. So.
Well, your office has also been getting busy too as well because, hey, the Drake Relays tickets just went on sale.
Yes, this is going to be my first Drake Relays. Very exciting. I'm working with Mark Kostick, our director of relays, and he's a phenomenal guy in planning events and making things more interesting for everyone. This year, you can get those online as well as through our ticket office. Something new we've got this year is group rates. So you can give us a call as well, and we can tell you about that for people that would like to bring a larger group to the relays this year.
Well, Trish, we really appreciate you dropping on by here at the half. And, hey, the Bulldogs are winning, so that ain't half bad, right?
No, it's great. It's great.
Trish Seabaum joining us here at the half. She's the new director of special events, plus also the new ticket director here at Drake University. You're watching Drake Basketball here on Mediacom Connections Channel 22.
I've always known what I wanted to do.
My dad was a pharmacist.
I truly enjoy helping people.
I can't imagine a more rewarding profession.
Solving your medication problems makes my day.
At Medicap, we make time to listen
And to answer your health care questions.
Filling prescriptions with care is what we do.
Caring about your health is what we're all about.
I own my Medicap pharmacy.
I'm invested in the community. I plan on being here for a long time.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet has only one thing to say. Their ad is our ad. Crescent Chevrolet's been doing business in downtown Des Moines since 1931. Our indoor showroom gets you out of the elements where you can see over 80 vehicles in stock inside. Crescent Chevrolet is easy to find and easy to do business with on Ingersoll Avenue. I'm Jim Jensen from Crescent Chevrolet, and we'll beat any new Chevy ad anywhere in the country by $100. It's that simple. Their ad is our ad at Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet, 17th and Ingersoll.
Regency. At Regency Homes, it's about building smarter. It's about building healthier, environmentally friendly homes. It's about building homes that are safe, secure, and energy efficient. It's about smarter financing. Regency. Building smarter. When you add it up, it's about getting a lot more home for your money. It's about building the new American dream. Regency Home. It's about building smarter. Ask your realtor.
Back here, the Bulldogs have an 11-point lead here at intermission. It was quite a first half for the Bulldogs as we saw a lot of exciting things here by Drake, really on the defensive end that created their offense.
That's right, BJ, doing a nice job of the full court pressure, causing turnovers. Take a look here. Indiana State knocks that one down.
Indiana State showing the range, too, in this first half by firing a lot of treys, but Drake got out and ran a little bit here.
Points off turnovers. Great job by Drake, really getting the ball out and running. When they get their traps and steals, doing a nice job going to the offensive glass. Drake's done a pretty good job of that this season.
We'll take a break right now. When we come back, it'll be time for second half action as you're watching Drake Basketball here on Mediacom Connections Channel 22.
There are 120 million baby boomers in the U.S. Someone turns 50 every 7 seconds. Pinky's is more than just a bachelorette party store. Pinky's has everything for the young boomer in your life, and that's a fact. It's loaded with over-the-hill gag gifts, everything you want for the 30, 40, 50, even 60-year-old boomer. Pinky's is one-of-a-kind store with things you can't get anywhere else.
One leg up on the competition. Pinky's.
You looked forward to the mailman before Christmas because he brought you good tidings and great joy with all those Christmas cards. But now you can only look forward to bill after bill after bill after bill.
If your bills are up and your cash flow's down, don't you get down. Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines, a free confidential service that will help you keep the collectors away and look forward to the mailman each day.
Call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Come on out and experience the excitement at Lakeside Casino Resort. Hi, this is Kevin Preston, General Manager for Lakeside Casino Resort. On Friday, February 27th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to heat up the Lakeside Convention Center with #1 country music artist, Trace Adkins. He's on tour promoting his new album, Coming On Strong, and he's making a stop for one big show at Lakeside. Tickets start at just $26. Lakeside Casino Resort, just a half hour south of West Des Moines, I-35, exit 34, Osceola. Experience the excitement.
We're back here at the Knapp Center, and we talked with Billy just a few moments ago, and at the intermission, he presented a check to the two schools that he attended here in the state of Iowa, Drake University and, of course, Harlan High School. And Come and Go donated some money to each athletic program.
Yeah, great young man there. Billy Cundiff did a great job in the pros. Nice to see a guy from the Drake program going to do great things nationally.
Let's take a look at the first half statistics here. The Bulldogs with an 11-point lead. Field goal percentage still in favor of the Bulldogs, out shooting the Sycamores at 41-38. And then free throw percentage, well, it's been all Bulldogs, 75%. The Sycamores have yet to be to the line. And points off turnovers, Ron, a big difference in this one tonight.
That's right, 18-4. Again, 9 key points extra by Drake that first half from the free throw line. Both teams really cooled off their overall shooting. Again, 37%. Indiana State, Drake cooled off. They started off really on a nice pace shooting, but they ended up just 41% from the field. But again, those 9 free throws, very key for Drake. They also did a nice job on the rebounds, 21 rebounds that first half, 9 on the offensive glass for Drake.
Coach Royce Waltman, 8-5 in his career against the Drake Bulldogs, trying to draw up a better game plan here for the second half. And Ron, how about that? Before the end of the first half, our crew here is 2 for 2 on the season, helping out the officials with those last-second shots. One actually went against the Bulldogs, but we didn't hold it against them.
Oh, that's right. Got to help them out whenever we can here.
Bulldogs with the ball to begin the late half. As they switch baskets, Randolph finds Powell. A little too far underneath. It's been pretty physical tonight, too. Josh might have got an extra bump on the way to the hoop, but the officials being consistent with their calls tonight. Indiana State will play it around. Here's a long 3 by Gray. Randolph will run it ahead. Here's Lonnie, right hand. Wow. With a tough board. And a foul against Indiana State. Josh fired up to begin the second half.
Yeah, that's right. Again, defensively here, see Lonnie takes it coast to coast. Just really, honestly, inexcusable to let a guy go coast to coast all the way with nobody getting in front of him. Lonnie just couldn't get it to drop it. Good job by Josh Powell, following it up, getting the offensive board and drawing the foul.
Powell leading the Bulldogs in field goal percentage and at the line this year. Coming out of Lincoln High School, everyone knew he was a pretty good shooter.
Offensively, Josh just does a nice job of playing within himself. You know, he knows the shots that he is capable of making, and he does a nice job of looking for those. And again, a very good free throw shooter from the line when he does get those fouls.
Adler was the guilty party on the foul. He'll check out of the game now. As back to the line again, it is Powell. Drake up by 12. And looking to extend that lead as they get the offensive rebound. Indiana State now showing some zone here, Ron, to begin the second half. Don't really feature that big-time middle player, so Drake might try to attack here. Randolph with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Brooks to work. His layup rolls through.
What a great drive and through the legs dribble that time, going left to right all the way down the lane for the 2. Another steal by Drake. Pete Eggers comes up with it.
Inside to Randolph. Drew the contact, couldn't get it to fall.
Lonnie able to get loose that time in the paint. Nice feed inside from his teammate. Draws the foul.
Lonnie has an extra sense to him to know where his body's at on the floor when he wants to draw contact when he goes up for that shot.
See how he leaned in towards the basket. Very important. You want to be careful you don't get the charge, but defense was not in position.
Timeout taken on the floor. Charged to Indiana State. The Bulldogs with a big lead.
50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating. Pfizer Lumber offers everything you need. Pfizer Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds, we think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
Visor Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
When this cold weather's got you shaking and the forecast brings bad news, come out to Prairie Meadows and play cabin fever blues. Oh, if you need a vacation, baby, and the wind chill and snow have got you down, got you real down. Then take a trip to Prairie Meadows, pack your bags, get out of town.
Regency. At Regency Homes, it's about building smarter. It's about building healthier, environmentally friendly homes. It's about building homes that are safe, secure, and energy efficient. It's about smarter financing. Regency. Building smarter. When you add it up, it's about getting a lot more home for your money. It's about building the new American dream. Regency Homes. It's about building smarter. Ask your realtor.
Bulldogs have a 14-point lead to open up the second half, and you have to love the intensity, Ron, in which Drake has been able to come out and really flex their muscles, and they've been able to do this with some youth out on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of keys here, as every Drake player that's been in the lineup has scored at least 3 points, so tremendous balance. And again, you look at the young players that Drake has on the floor getting this much experience this season, certainly bodes well for the future for Drake, as Tom Davis has done a great job of getting these kids time and teaching them, and they're making the most of it.
Lonnie Randolph's 6th free throw. He got some help on that one. A little body English at the line to get that one to try to fall through. Randolph now with 5 points. That time he couldn't help himself out. Well, called for the foul. A little anxious there.
See, Lonnie almost got that rebound. Indiana State not doing a very good job of boxing out the shooter that time. Certainly very key defensively. Anytime you got a guy shooting a free throw, you got somebody assigned to box him out. They did not get it done.
And here come the Sycamores with Eric Gray. They'll use the spike to keep it alive, as Indiana State will play it in. Sycamores will bring in Russell Trudeau into the contest again. He'll be in for Eric Gray. Snitker avoided the double team. Here's Trudeau. Donish gets the board. And Antoine will go to work. Here's Schnitker. Antoine again. Find the open man. Here's Schnitker. And Indiana State gets another offensive rebound. Trudeau for 3. Another missed opportunity. Drake will try to make it come true on the other end. Here's Powell underneath. Bulldogs want to work the offense here. Here's Murphy. Quantel. He'll draw a contact and go to the line.
Indiana State, man-to-man defense that time. Quantel isolated a little bit. Took it quickly off the dribble to his left with a little hop and jump stop. Leans in. Nice job protecting the ball there with his body, using the left hand. Picks up the foul.
Strong move by Murphy, considering the fact that he had pulled one of his muscles on his legs and not afraid to go with that step towards the middle. So now almost a full line change here by the Bulldogs, as Grant, Randolph, Corver, and Robinson are back in the game. Murphy hits the free throw. He's got 6 points in the game now. Drake extends their lead to 45-28.
Drake now 13 out of 18 from the free throw line, just a couple percentage points over their average for the season, 72% tonight.
Howard with it. Schnitker. Ten on the shot clock. Here's Howard. He'll get it to fall, and he'll go to the line.
Good penetration dribble that time by Howard as he weaves his way into the blue paint. Goes up nice and strong. You see David Bancroft, instead of keeping his hand straight up, he extended it out and down. Drew the contact.
This is the first free throw of the night, Ron, for Indiana State. And the momentous occasion turns into a miss. Here's Grant. Can't get the athletic jumper to fall. Indiana State with a board. Schnitker with a nifty move. Here's Trudeau.
You see offensively, too, they just post up. Or spot up, I should say, right there at that three-point line. They're looking for that shot anytime they can get it. They're just 5 out of 19 on the night from three-point range.
And that three-point bucket is going to keep Indiana State in it and out of this one, isn't it?
Sure will.
Go a long stretch or a dry spell without being able to hit one, then all of a sudden, bam, right back into this contest. It's a 12-point game, 8 on the shot clock. Here's Randolph. Grant will fire up a three. Bancroft gets the board and has it taken away. And a travel call against Marcus Howard and Indiana State. So the Bulldogs will get it back. So it is Drake with a 12-point lead. You're watching Drake basketball here on Mediacom Connections, Channel 22.
Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet has only one thing to say. Their ad is our ad. Crescent Chevrolet's been doing business in downtown Des Moines since 1931. Our indoor showroom gets you out of the elements where you can see over 80 vehicles in stock inside. Crescent Chevrolet is easy to find and easy to do business with on Ingersoll Avenue. I'm Jim Jensen from Crescent Chevrolet, and we'll beat any new Chevy ad anywhere in the country by $100. It's that simple. Their ad is our ad at Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet, 17th and Ingersoll.
There are 120 million baby boomers in the U.S. Someone turns 50 every 7 seconds. Pinky's is more than just a bachelorette party store. Pinky's has everything for the young boomer in your life, and that's a fact. It's loaded with over-the-hill gag gifts, everything you want for the 30, 40, 50, even 60-year-old boomer. Pinky's is one-of-a-kind store with things you can't get anywhere else.
One leg up on the competition. Pinky's.
Come on out and experience the excitement at Lakeside Casino Resort. Hi, this is Kevin Preston, General Manager for Lakeside Casino Resort. On Friday, February 27th at 7:30 p.m., we're going to heat up the Lakeside Convention Center with #1 country music artist, Trace Adkins. He's on tour promoting his new album, Coming On Strong, and he's making a stop for one big show at Lakeside. Tickets start at just $26. Lakeside Casino Resort, just a half hour south of West Des Moines, I-35, exit 34, Osceola. Experience the excitement.
Well, Drake has extended their lead at 1 point up to 14. Right now it's down to 12 as the Bulldogs have the lead on Indiana State. And Ron, earlier this year, neither team really expected to be a factor in the Missouri Valley Conference standings. But as you can see right now, Drake and Indiana State are right in the middle of the pack, sitting each at 4 and 6 on the year.
Well, that's right. Tied for 6 right now. Again, very important basketball game tonight for both of these teams if they want to make a push to get in that upper division and get a better seed, hopefully, into the tournament time.
A couple of other big games happening tonight as well. Northern Iowa taking on Creighton. How about the Salukis? Still unbeaten on the year, right at 11-0. Bulldogs still have a return trip to Carbondale coming up here shortly.
That's right. Very talented team. They've got a great program there at Southern Illinois. And in any conference, regardless how good you are, it's tough to go undefeated. So we'll see how they can do the rest of the season. But they did a great job up to this point.
They'll get it inside to Korver, but Indiana State with some good defense to knock it away. Speaking of Southern Illinois, they've got a new head coach this year, Bruce Weber, now in Illinois, and it's, he really didn't leave the cupboard bare, did he?
No, that's right. They've got a lot of talent down there. And Southern Illinois program, a great job by new coach coming in, and it's just a tough transition a lot of times to adapt your style to the new players, but they've certainly done it well.
Howard cans the triple from outside, and Indiana State makes it a 9-point game. You can see that Indiana State's been firing a lot from the outside. Bulldogs really dominating the middle.
They've doubled them there, 32 to 16 points in the paint.
Here's Randolph again. A wide open look from the outside, and it's drained.
Nice recognition to find Josh out there. He was about 3 feet beyond the arch that time, close to the NBA range.
He picks up the foul on the reach. Not happy with the foul, but kind of let the Sagamore player slip by him a little bit. And Grant picks up his 3rd foul. He'll have to exit out. So Indiana State back to work, down by 12. Here's Trudeau. Can't get it to fall, but Donish with the rebound. Trudeau again. His buddy Donish. Now to Schnitker. Indiana State with another board. Adler, though, called for the walk.
Donish gets some offensive boards this time. Down the floor for Indiana State. Talked to him about him in the pregame here. Just 2 points is all offensively, but he's getting some key rebounds for him now.
Trying to keep it alive is Donish. And, you know, earlier this week on the Missouri Valley teleconference, Royce Waltman, head coach for Indiana State, was wondering where that point production was going to come from. We talked about this earlier, but a finishing mark on that, he thought Amani Donish might be one of those players who could pick up the scoring for him, and he's been having trouble tonight, but Drake has played some pretty good post defense.
Yeah, Indiana State's really having a hard time getting anything going down low. They're kind of focusing everything on an exterior.
Drake has forced opponents into 20 or more turnovers in 14 of their 19 games played. And tonight, 20 turnovers so far by Indiana State.
Pete Eggers, by the way, career high now tonight, 4 steals.
Brooks can't hit the bunny. And the Sycamores come out running. Here's Trudeau.
With a 3-point attempt.
Oh, now we got a technical foul called against Quantel Murphy. Quantel gave an extra shove to a Sycamore as he was walking up the floor, and it might have been a little bit of an overreaction. Quantel Murphy will pick up his 3rd personal foul. He got the technical. And who's going to be shooting free throws here for Indiana State?
And unfortunately on the missed shot that time by Indiana State, it was Drake's basketball. So you lose that possession, get the foul, the technical.
Coach Davis getting it explained to him. And Royce Waltman up there as well. Just saying, hey, make sure they know what's going on. And looks like Drake is going to go to their bench. Coming into the game, it'll be Bancroft. And Quantel will get some more rest. So to shoot the free throws, it's going to be Russell Trudeau, the 6'4" freshman, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Again, his first one. Trudeau was 7 points tonight. Above his average. Now make it 8 as he hits both free throws. So the Bulldogs will get the ball after the technical. Drake's lead now down to 10. And a foul away from the ball. Called against Indiana State. Cottrell Green, the guilty party. That'll be his second.
That'll be the 5th team foul of this half. Drake has 4 team fouls.
There's Randolph with a baseline runner. Indiana State still fighting, aren't they? Ted Morris just into the contest. First time tonight that he's been in there. As Drake shows another look from the zone, a 3-2. Here's a 3 by Howard.
Pretty important possession that time. They could have knocked it to 8 or possibly 7. Drake holds on, gets the stop.
Hey, don't want to see Indiana State get hot right now. If you're Drake, here's a 3 by Korver. Randolph will keep it alive.
Fortunately, you get those long rebounds sometimes with that 3-point attempt. So Lonnie happened to be down that left corner where it bounced.
And a foul away from the ball. This one's going to be against Indiana State. Ted Morris called for the foul. 6'10" sophomore out of St. Louis. He started 4 games this year, but has been hobbled, I guess, the last 2 weeks for Indiana State with an ankle injury. Randolph will get the ball inbounded, and he's tied up. Indiana State will get it back.
Indiana State doubling down that time on Lonnie. Just didn't protect the ball quite well enough. They reach in instead of the foul. They get the jump.
Caught up is Green.
There's that trap we talked about in the first half. Drake doing a great job of keeping their knees locked together. He tries to force his way through it and ends up getting the walk.
Now Sean Tracy enters the lineup for the Drake Bulldogs. Sean getting his first playing time of the night. 6'4" sophomore out of Silver Spring, Maryland.
Be nice to see Sean get on track. He's a 6'4", pretty athletic kid. He definitely has some skills. And be interesting to see what he can do here. Still got over 12 minutes to go in the game.
There's a lob to the middle. Bancroft. Here's Tracy. And Drake will reset. Skip pass up top. Drake can't work with it. Randolph. Robinson with a long 3, and he hits it. A long 3 again by the Bulldogs. Extend that arc out. Here's Howard. Tracy from behind.
With some of that athleticism, 6'4", he's got great quickness, nice jumping ability.
Sean Tracy with a high, how are you? And the Drake Bulldogs lead it big.
50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating, Pfizer Lumber offers everything you need. Pfizer Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
Pfizer Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
When this cold weather's got you shaking and the forecast brings bad news, come out to Prairie Meadows and play cabin fever blues. Oh, if you need a vacation, baby, and the wind chill and snow have got you down, got you real down. Woo! Woo! Then take a trip to Prairie Meadows, pack your bags, get out of town.
Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet has only one thing to say. Their ad is our ad. Crescent Chevrolet's been doing business in downtown Des Moines since 1931. Our indoor showroom gets you out of the elements where you can see over 80 vehicles in stock inside. Crescent Chevrolet is easy to find and easy to do business with on Ingersoll Avenue. I'm Jim Jensen from Crescent Chevrolet, and we'll beat any new Chevy anywhere in the country by $100. It's that simple. Their ad is our ad at Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet, 17th and Ingersoll.
Drake Bulldogs with the lead on the Indiana State Sycamores, and a pretty pivotal game for the Bulldogs. They've lost 4 of 5 entering this one tonight, and they play their next 4 or 5 on the road, Ron, and they've done it in pretty good fashion here tonight. Playing some good defense, but also the offense is going fairly well for Drake tonight.
Well, that's right. Again, the free throws, they've been able to get to the line quite a bit. They're doing a nice job on the boards. Points off turnovers, 22 for Drake, just 6 for Indiana State. And again, I think just the intensity overall and hustle, Drake just really exudes that each time they take the floor. The second chance points there. Look at that, Drake 13-4 for Indiana State. I just like Drake's up-tempo style, their pressure and their intensity all the time. They're always on the floor trying to get loose balls, gather those up, get jump balls, what have you. They're just more active.
Bulldogs up by 13-2, so the difference in the game, those second chance points maybe, huh? Howard with a jumper. The putback is there by the Sycamores. Jake Sams just into the contest for the first time. It's his first bucket of the game. And the lead down to 11. Bulldogs really holding Indiana State at arm's length here in the second half. Here's Tracy driving in as it's swatted away. Marcus Howard, a part of that conference championship game of a couple of years ago. Indiana State right now shooting 38% here in the half. It's a lost opportunity as Robinson had to go out of bounds, so Indiana State will maintain the possession. Each team with some substitutions. Eric Gray back in for Indiana State. Clayton Korver in for the Bulldogs, along with Pete Eggers and Josh Powell. And a foul called against Sean Tracy of Drake.
Again, that's one of those fouls. You're just going to pick a few of those up throughout the course of the game. The way that Drake plays, they're just so intense, always going for that basketball, so you can't fault that. That was nice hustle by Sean.
Schnitker will look to get it in. Does finally to Donish. Donish has had some hard hands tonight, hasn't he? Hasn't really held that ball in, and now we have an official's timeout. The shot clock needs to be reset. As the official heads to the scorer's table right now. So Drake with a lead of 11. The top players in the Central Iowa Metro League will be squaring off each week when Mediacom brings you the best in high school basketball this week. I'll be joining Molly Nelson and Greg Ellis as we describe the best in 4A basketball. Our next broadcast pits Dowling Catholic against the Johnston Dragons. Tune in Saturday at 7:30, Sunday at 6, and Monday at 8. Only Mediacom Connections Channel 22, your true local video provider. Bonnie Randolph looking on. He's had a stellar game so far for the Bulldogs, maybe putting in a bid for our Player of the Game award. Bulldogs with a lead of 11. Indiana State with 10 minutes trying to trim it down. Here's Gray with a long shot, and he'll get it. Boy, give Eric Gray some space, and he'll knock down the triple.
Pass inside that time really what created that open shot for Indiana State. Nice job of finding him at the three-point line.
Closest Indiana State's been in a long time. An 8-point lead for Drake. On the other end, Brooks with the answer, can't get it to fall. Brings the crowd alive a little bit. Trudeau to the inside. Donish will finish it. Just like that, the lead down to 6. Bulldogs have to pick it up. Here's Tracy underneath. Floated home, Sean Tracy.
Looked like Sean lost control of it down there in the corner, but he ends up with it. Nice baseline move, goes underneath the basket for the 2 points.
And Indiana State's going to have to burn a timeout here as they got pinned up on the corner. So the Bulldogs seeing their lead trimmed down here. And Sean Tracy with a bucket right there. Each Bulldog that's played in this game has scored, Ron.
Yep, good balance again tonight by Drake. Everybody working hard defensively and offensive balance, as we've come accustomed to seeing out of Drake.
Well, in addition to tonight's Mediacom broadcast, the Indiana State-Drake game will be replayed several times on Mediacom Connections Channel 22. Those times are Thursday at 7 and Friday at 8:30. See Bulldog action at its best only on Mediacom. Each team breaks the huddle. I think this one could get pretty interesting down the stretch, the way that the Sycamores are able to shoot that 3. Intensity just rubbed off a little bit by the Bulldogs, too. Josh Powell will pick off the pass. Sean Tracy with the entry to Powell. He'll work. Backs in. Here's the right hand. Can't get it to fall, but will have an opportunity to get 2 points on the board as they'll go to the line.
Nice moves down there by Josh.
See Spike's crew right there.
Josh does a great job. He's just 6'6", 6'7" range, and he does a nice job battling among the big guys down there.
14 points, 16 rebounds in his last 2 games. It's the free throw here now with 4 tonight. Doesn't get any easier for Coach Waltman, does it?
No, it sure doesn't.
Next free throw by Powell off the mark. Lead right now at 9 for Drake. Eric Gray with the lob, and Schnitker picks up the loose ball. Here's Donish. Brooks comes up with the ball.
Josh Powell did a great job of contesting that shot inside by Donish. Drake comes up with it.
Here's Agers. Ring it up for Pete Agers.
Pete now with 8 points on the night. Great job of hitting that open jumper.
Big guy running the floor. Here's Eric Gray with the answer. Cha-ching for Eric Gray again. Drake, you mentioned it, keeping Indiana State at arm's length. Sycamore's able to get it within 6. Here's Tracy. Donish gets the board.
Similar drive that time by Sean Tracy, just couldn't get it to finish for him.
Usually when your team runs into some adversity, that's when you might see the next game be their best performance. And truly say that with Indiana State. David Moss having assault charges brought up against him. Out for the rest of the year, or suspended indefinitely until things get cleared up. Gray with a 3. Drake gets the board, but you can see maybe Indiana State mold together down the stretch, but not this time as Brooks draws the foul as he's running towards the lane, and that's going to be the 8th team foul against Indiana State. So Drake will be at the line and the bonus the rest of the way.
Sean Brooks, nice penetration. Leans in, gets the foul. He'll be shooting 2. Drake 14 out of 20 on the night from the free throw line. Right at an even 70%.
You got 2 teams with 2 very good benches. I mean, there isn't too many games this year that Drake's bench has been outscored. In fact, it's played well, outscoring its opponents. 13 of the 18 games that they had played entering this one tonight. And for Indiana State, they've outscored their opponents. Their bench has 14 of the 18 games that they have played. Brooks gets the free throw, and Drake extends their lead back up to 10. Brooks got it to fall again. So Drake extends their lead to 11 over Indiana State in this pivotal game in Missouri Valley Conference play. And Ron, we all know that you get 5 wins now. You got to come up with a couple of more, and you won't have to play on that first day of the Missouri Valley Conference tournament.
Yeah, that's right. Drake is capable certainly of going on the road and winning. They've had a couple really key games that they've won on the road, so they certainly have the confidence that they can do that, and very important because they've got a tough stretch to hoe.
Certainly do, and Drake has been able to take it away tonight. Bulldogs have recorded at least 10 steals in 11 games so far this season. And as we take a look here with Drake, 10 steals tonight. Indiana State does have 8. I mean, their hands have been very active here tonight.
Well, it's one of those things, when you play the Bulldogs, you're going to be in for a battle. They're going to put that pressure on you, and you just know they're always going to hang around that basketball and try to come up those steals. So it just really adds a little mental pressure also on a basketball team because they know how they can disrupt your offense.
Well, the points off of turnovers, too. A big disparity between the two. 23 for Drake, 6 for Indiana State.
Drake does a nice job, but when they get the steals, they're pushing that basketball up the floor. They're trying to convert each time they have the opportunity.
Let's go to the play of the game here for the Drake Bulldogs. And it's brought to you by Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet. And this one's from way downtown. Nick Grant with a long triple. And that's your Bill Jensen's Crescent Chevrolet play of the game.
Again, Lonnie Randolph there with the dribble penetration. Is how many times we've seen that throughout the year. He's just so effective off that dribble, either creating his own shot or getting a nice shot for a teammate.
Joshua Robinson maybe talking that over. He said, hey, I had a long shot too earlier tonight. But I think Nix might have been out just a little bit further.
That's right.
So Indiana State will try to work it up against the pressure here. Drake with a lead of 11. Bulldogs on a little bit of a mini run here to get the lead back up to 11. Here's Eric Gray. He'll force one up. And he'll be called for the foul, and Drake will come down to the other end to shoot some free throws.
Gray gets in the paint that time, throws up the shot. Had to alter his angle on his shot a little bit that time, missed it. Tried to get the offensive board, goes over the back. Still 9 team fouls on the Sycamores. Drake with 5 team fouls.
Field goal percentage here tonight. Indiana State 7 of 20 in the late half. The free throw by Quantel Murphy. A friendly bounce here at the Knapp Center. Murphy, a 60% free throw shooter. They'll get them both. And Drake extends their lead again to 13. Into the front court with Evans. Out to the right. Count it as Gray will go to the line to try to convert the three-point play. Well, Ron, Indiana State might end up on the short one on the scoreboard here tonight, but they have to feel good about their point production. Last 3 games, 44, 44, and 39. Right now with 50. Gray with...
they're doing a better job of trying to finish when they get across half court and have the offensive advantage. They're taking a little bit better care of the basketball and trying to go and penetrate and maybe create some fouls.
Joshua Robinson back into the contest. Working against the man-to-man. Here's Quantel. Lost it in traffic. Lonnie there to bail him out. 5 on the shot clock. Brooks to Randolph from the baseline. Evans got the board for Indiana State. Here come the Sycamores. Donish with a follow-up. Lonnie Donish with a quick bucket. Lead back to 11. Drake on the other end.
Sean Brooks on the nice drive. And leaning gets the foul. Donish at the other end now has 6 points for the Sycamores.
Almost a complete reversal of what we saw in that first game this year with Drake playing at Indiana State, in which the Sycamores scored 50 points in the second half after rallying. Free throw by Brooks, not there. And Drake will come into the game with a couple of new players off the bench. Sean Brooks, 6th in the league, averaging nearly 2 steals a game. Brooks misses them both. So here's Indiana State, having trouble with that pressure most of the night. Now break the press cleanly. Here's Gray. And here's Brooks. And a foul by Indiana State. And Sean Brooks will get another chance to go to the line to shoot some free throws.
Quick explosion that time as Sean gets the pass, and he knew for a fact he could get around the defensive player in front of him there. He tried his best, but he does. It's like he tripped a little bit on the floor with a slight push, but not a whole lot of contact there that time.
Just a few moments ago, it was Joshua Robinson pointing out to the official that, hey, there's a little bump out here. You might want to take a look. Right. He was pointing down at the floor, showing the official. Well, the free throw up and good by Brooks. He now has 9 points. Drake with a 10-point lead. Make it 11 as Brooks hits both free throws. Well, Lonnie Randolph tonight has had quite a night for the Bulldogs. He's got 9 rebounds, which ties a career high. Indiana State will walk it across. Antoine back into the contest for the Sycamores. He'll find Gray. Antoine back to Gray. He'll fire up a long one. Got it again. Eric Gray flinging it up there from outside. It's another 3-point shot.
That's a 28th attempt tonight by Indiana State from that range. They've knocked down 9 of those for 32%.
Gray 5 of 8 from 3-point range for Indiana State. Lead down to 8 for Drake. Grant caught up in traffic. Does get it away to Randolph. Here's Bancroft. Korver for 3. And a foul called against Drake. And what a reaction by Grant. Grant can't believe it. There's one thing, when a call goes against him, it is entertaining. I'll give you that. He puts on a show. Headband must not have been working. Foul on Nick Grant. He'll check out of the game now with his 4th personal foul. Out of the game with 7 points. That, by the way, the 7th team foul against Drake. So Darren Evans to the line for Indiana State.
Indiana State won't go away. They cut that baby down to 7 points. It's been somewhere in that 7 to 13, 14 range the bulk of the half.
Still plenty of time, too.
Well, you know where they're trying to go most of the time is the 3-point shot. So a couple shots and you're right there.
Evans shooting it right into the teeth of Spike's club, the dog pound. Missed the free throw, but Indiana State gets the board. Howard goes to Evans. Can't hit the floater. And he steps out of bounds.
Got to give Indiana State credit. They're really battling in there, trying to get that offensive glass. Imani Donish again coming up with some key rebounds for him here.
And Josh Powell into the contest for the Bulldogs. He'll be in for Clayton Corbin. Grant hitting his right ankle. Iced right now. He was hobbled entering this one. Finally got cleared to practice yesterday. For a couple of these guys, Murphy included, they didn't get much practice time or preparation for Indiana State with the rest of the team. Randolph to Bancroft, working on the left block. They'll be reached in upon, and Bancroft will go to the line to shoot some free throws.
Sycamore's now extending that defense a little bit higher out. They were sagging in a little bit more previously defensively, but they're getting to the point of the game they need to put good pressure out there on the ball.
Bancroft at the line. Misses the first. Bulldogs lead to 7. Bancroft with 6 points tonight and 5 boards. Next free throw. Banked badly. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Indiana State. So Drake will hold on to the basketball. Drake's lead trimmed down to 7. 3:33 remaining in the game. Nick Granner, off the bench player of the game, brought to you by Prairie Meadows. 7 points, 2 steals tonight. And a welcome sight for Bulldog fans to see him playing again.
Well, that's right. Just nice to have him back in uniform. He does a lot of good things for the Bulldogs. Nice spark, 7 points, couple steals, and great job out of Nick. And hopefully that foot will just continue to heal. The Bulldogs are certainly going to need him down the stretch.
Well, let's take a look now at what Indiana State has ahead. We had mentioned that they had lost 3 straight games entering this one. They travel to Northern Iowa coming up this weekend, then back at home to face Wichita State, on the road again at Illinois State and Creighton. So Indiana State has a tough schedule ahead as well.
Absolutely, some very quality opponents there, and you got 2 or 3 of those on the road. So it's tough anywhere you go on the road. You hope you can win a couple of those and do the best you can at home.
Well, this one just isn't as pretty as Indiana State's at Evansville, at Southern Illinois, at home to face Creighton, and then at Southwest Missouri State. So Drake with a tough road ahead as well. 4 of their next 5 on the road. And, oh yeah, by the way, that one home game is against Creighton on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it should be a tremendous, hopefully, crowd and matchup for that one. Usually a great basketball game when those 2 teams meet.
Not a lot of love between the 2.
No, they usually have some Iowans on their roster, so they bring some crowd, you know, for their hometowns and that type of thing. So it's always a great rivalry.
A lot of blue, much like we have here tonight at the Knapp Center. Joyce Waltman trying to figure out what to do over this next stretch of games for his team, sitting with 4 victories in Missouri Valley Conference play. Drake trying to get their 5th, but they've got a lead of 7, trying to hold on here. Now Indiana State really coming out with the man-to-man defense here, Ron, extending themselves. They'll go inside to Robinson. Can't get the layup. Powell with the board. Has it stripped away by Donish.
See some of the athleticism of Donish that time. Coming over the side of Powell, getting a nice block there.
Here's Evans. Had it kicked away. He'll fire it back up there again and get it to fall. Lead down to 5.
Great second effort that time by the Sycamores as they knock this lead down a notch further.
Got ourselves a ball game now between Drake and Indiana State. For joining us late, Indiana State fell down by as much as 15 in this game. Now trying to run themselves back into this one. As we're starting to enter crunch time, Drake being very patient with the ball. Here's Lonnie Randolph working the baseline. Finds the open teammate, Murphy. Had it stripped away by Donish. Amani with another big steal. Here's Trudeau for 3. And the putback, and count the bucket as Eric Gray will go to the line to try to convert the 3-point play.
Gray does a nice job just streaking down the middle of the lane that time on the missed shot attempt. Drake not there to put a body on him, and he comes up with it, puts it in with the left hand.
Eric Gray just came flying in there, Ron. And now a timeout taken by the Drake Bulldogs. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 63-60 your score in favor of the Bulldogs with 2:17 remaining in the game. Well, Drake needs to crank it up a few notches. So far, they've played a pretty good 36-minute game. But Indiana State clawing their way back here as they get it within 3. For Indiana State, seems like they're playing a little bit more relaxed now against that pressure defense. But as Drake kind of slipped back a little bit, as you can see, the layup by Gray as he drew contact on the shot. But have they kind of slipped back a little bit, not as intense?
I think maybe just not as aggressive as doing what they were doing earlier in the contest. It was making them successful. And certainly you can just see the last few minutes at Indiana State, their confidence grown a little bit. And they know they're in right in the ball game. So they know they keep playing hard. They certainly got a chance at this one.
Eric Gray at the line. 83% free throw shooter on the year. Tonight Gray is 0 for 1. He hits the three-point conventional play, and it's a 2-point ball game. Great fans that are here trying to get into this one and pump up their team. Here's Lonnie Randolph. Powell open for 3. Can't get the shot. Gray gets the board for Indiana State, so the Sycamores have a chance to take their first lead of the game. Comes inside of 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Indiana State showing a lot of heart. Coming all the way back. Randolph with the steal on Evans. Lonnie to the rack. Put it home, Lonnie.
Big bucket that time for Drake. Lead now 4, a minute and a half to go. Great steal by Lonnie.
Does Indiana State have enough left in them with 90 seconds remaining, down by 4? Howard. Adonish. Indiana State will reset. Big possession here. A drive by Antoine, and he'll finish. Wilfred Antoine with the bucket. And it's back to a 2-point game. 60 seconds remain now.
Drake will be looking for Lonnie Randolph to bring it out here. Get some dribble penetration.
And Dr. Tom Davis wants a 30-second timeout. He's got a few more to burn. Drake with a 2-point lead and 50 seconds remaining in the game. Ron, what do you draw up here?
Well, again, I think you want to spread it out as best you can. You get that basketball in the hands of Lonnie Randolph. You got 18 seconds on the shot clock here. Probably take it down to maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, right in that range, and let him make some dribble penetration either for the shot and foul or to dish it to an open player.
Let's go to our game reset right now. See Drake with a 2-point lead. Bulldogs do have a 30 and a full timeout left. They have fouled just 8 times so far here in the second half, so Indiana State will only shoot the 1-and-1. Drake, however, if they're fouled, they'll shoot 2. And Coach Royce Waltman does have a full timeout to work with. Possession arrow in favor of the Drake Bulldogs. Let's take a look at this layup here by Lonnie Randolph, which gave them the 4-point lead. Tough shot with a man trailing on his back.
Great concentration by Lonnie. Just kept his eye right up there on the square on the glass board.
Here's Lonnie Randolph again. Inside of 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
8 seconds on the shot.
Randolph lost the ball. Now we'll get it back. Korver with a long shot. Got it! Wow!
That was close to 30 feet. And a bomb, he needed that. He was cold. It was only about 1 out of 6 until that shot drops.
Lead to 5. Evans on the other end. He'll answer. Wow.